Okay, so moving forward, we have product development process. So its definition is it is a method of carrying out work at both macro and micro level. So detailing what has to be accomplished and how it has to be done. It is clear in its techniques for deciding what the best output is and what procedure it needs and how to ensure it is produced properly and efficiently. It acts as a source of institutional information, so the lessons learned from each product or service can be further applied in the process of creating the next product or service. So, to give you an example, in our module, nakalagay po dyan yung pharmaceutical development process. So, this is very timely kasi we're searching for vaccine last 2020. No? So, meron ba pala yung dinadaanan in which the president volunteered for us para dun sa clinical trials. So, there are 6 steps for the pharmaceutical development process. So, first is research and preclinical. So, this is the exploration of new drugs and evaluating a potential cure to guarantee it is appropriate for a person. Kaya nga very important si research. So, if you remember Cynthia Villar talking about research, never mind. Okay, so punta tayo sa clinical trials. Dinadaanan niyan is tatlo. First is phase 1. So, we're talking about healthy volunteers. Sa phase 2 naman, chosen group of people na merong target disease to determine its efficacy and side effects. Phase 3, yan na yun, yung 1,000 patients or more, estimated lang naman ito. So, depende sa research sample nung product na dinidevelop. Then, step 5 is new drug application in which meron ng clearance from different authorities. Like for example, dahil pharmacy to, you have to go for BFAD dito sa Pilipinas. We have the Bureau of Food and Drug Administration. Then, the step 6 is launch and production in which ngayon sa pandemic situation nga natin, we have the vaccine and it is now being on step 6, launch and production. So the phase of growth also involves steps and simple go and no-go decision points. For example, sa clinical trials mo pa lang sa phase 1, ang dami ng side effects dun sa healthy volunteers. Therefore, you have to go back to step 1. You have to research and some preclinical. Sa phase 2 or phase 3, sa phase 3, for example, if you heard those trials na merong namamatay because of the COVID vaccine, of course, you have to do research on that. Therefore, the product could be rejected. And in that rejection, meron ng casualties. Ngayon, it's either papayagan ka pa rin ng government or authorities to continue that product. Pero i-research mo ulit siya and then you'll have to go back to step 1 again. Yun yung go and no-go decision points. Malaki na ba yung nalugi mo sa pag-develop ng product na to? Were you funded by the government? Were you not funded by the government? So, andoon yung go and no-go decision points mo. This has 2 objectives. First is assessing the consistency of the work performed before the process. And next is the revaluing the business case or benefit equation on the basis of additional knowledge applied during the phase. For example, doon sa pharmacy nga, consistent ba yung na-develop mong drug or gamot, medicine or vaccine na from phase 1 to phase 3 clinical trials niya, same pa rin ba yung effect? Wala ba bang nakikita other side effects? Then, next, yung business case or benefit equation. Kaya pa bang i-reduce ang cost from phase 1 to phase 3? Or magkakaroon ka na ng bagong product kasi nakikita mo, napaforesee mo kung meron ng existing medicine na ganon or existing vaccine from other countries and you will be producing another vaccine that would cost you a lot. Of course, that is, again, the go or no-go decision.